Hi guys, my name is Milena. Welcome to my channel, Narrative Catalogs. If you're new here, you may not know this, but I have a tendency to change my channel's name a lot, as well as what people call me, so don't be surprised if I change it. It might change again to Catalogs or Catalog, I don't know. It's gonna be one of those two, since it fits the most. And apparently, and you probably wonder, why am I changing the name so much? Well, one, my uncle told me the name is too long, so there's that. And he doesn't get why I'm calling myself Via. And so I was like, okay, just call yourself Milena. You have such a pretty name. And I was like, but I want to be called Via. So yeah, I'm gonna go by my real name, which is Milena from now on. And I simplified I went simple from Vivid Via Narratives to Narrative Catalog or Catalogs. Either either way, it's like a change. So update on where I am with the Shurian story. And yes, I changed my series name again. Don't judge. It's hard picking a name. But yeah, Ashurian story. I'm currently rewriting the first draft. It's going somewhere. It's like the first draft was messy. It was like getting all the ideas out simultaneously while writing the story. So it's really, really messy. It has grammar mistakes, words are missing, and it's just there's a lot of plot holes. One too many plot holes and missing does not make sense. The plot politics is just mess. But yeah, I'm fixing all of that right now. I'm starting where the action begins and all of that. As the advice of famous authors have said. Um, so there's that. Where am I with the Six of Crows duology? I'm not gonna lie, it's dragging. Like, I'm invested in the characters. I love the characters. In fact, ironically enough, you would expect me to like Kaz Brecker or Inej. Like, I do enjoy their characters, they're interesting and fascinating, but my favorite character, and ironically enough, my fictional crush in this series, is Matthias. And I barely even know him. And the chapter, the first part of the book, which I finished at, ends with him choking Nina. So like I barely know him. Like all I do know is that he likes wolves. He's blonde. He's handsome, and he has a thing with Nina. Of like a history with Nina. That's all I know. I literally know nothing else. And yet I like him so much. I don't know why, but I like him. So there's that. That's kind of embarrassing. And like I feel kind of flushed because of that. Ah. But but yeah. Uh it's kind of upsetting with the fact like it's upsetting that I like the characters, and yet when I read it, it feels tiring to do so. It feels like it's dragging. The chapters feel like it's just going on and on and on and on, and it's like not ending when it should. Like I get why it's continuing on and on and on, but it's like, when is the chapter gonna end? Why is it like these pages are like huge? So I just want like, couldn't the book be like a little smaller? Like it looks like a tome. Note to self: write the Shurian books in such a way it does not feel like it's dragging on, which is gonna be hard. I've gotta probably have to have a lot of people read it in order to like be able to tell if the pacing's right. So yeah, that's where I'm at. I'm trying to fix the problem with me feeling like I want to read the books, but I need to fix the fact that I feel like I can't read it. Like I tried reading The Lord of the Rings before, couldn't get past the first chapter. I mean, it was like a compilation of like all three books into one. So the fact I couldn't finish even a chapter is like a little concerning. So it's either I have a problem with the big books, or it's just like not my time yet. Like I don't have the patience for it yet. So put on the back burner, or just it's not my type of book. I hope it's my type of book. It has all the stuff I like. It has fantasy, it has magic, it has romance. I love romance. I'm a romance girl. So it should be my type of book. Ugh. But yeah, I'm also currently watching Shadow and Bone. Hopefully, it will rectify it, like the situation I'm at right now. Apparently, it's a combination of the two popular series of Leigh Bardugo. Sorry if I keep looking here. It's like instinctively looking at the screen of my phone. Um, but yeah, apparently it's a combination of the two most popular series of Leigh Bardugo, Six of Crows and Shadow and Bone. And we are following the main character, Alina Starkov, and she has a kind of like a friends to lovers kind of romance with her best friend Mal. Honestly, I've heard but nothing but bad things about their relationship from the books, like it's toxic, it's not the best representation of what a good relationship should be, among other details. So I'm holding back from reading the Shadow and Bones trilogy. I've had a friend, like not a friend, but someone on Instagram. I asked them, should I read, like, what fantasy books should I read? And she suggested Shadow and Bone. I was like, okay. I did a little research, and apparently it has some toxic relationships for the main protagonist. And it was like, I don't know if I should read this. I mean, I was the girl who watched Twilight at a very young age. I think it was like just came out, and I was like not even 10 years old, and I watched the I think it was the movie where Bella like stopped Edward from committing suicide. So, like I already watched one toxic relationship as a kid. Do I really need to read a book that has this? Probably unintentionally written in. Or like I get why Lee Bardugo would write a toxic relationship between the villain and the protagonist. You don't want them to be together, right? Because they're toxic for each other, or he's toxic for her. So it makes sense. But to have the main protagonist have a toxic relationship with her best friend who she has a crush on and is kind of like, verbally abusive, I guess, like I've heard some of the lines that is spoken between them is like warning flags. So yeah, I have that kind of issue with it. Maybe I'll read it at some point in my life to like be able to write a proper toxic relationship and kind of like take elements from it and put it into my book. Who knows? Um. So yeah, that's where I am at with the Shadow and Bone. I'm also gonna be watching Bridgerton. Not gonna be reading the books. Like I've watched readathons of the books and who of people who read the books. And apparently, one of the books, like the one with Cinderella inspiration, was not the best because there's a like seriously, why is like they hitting each other, kicking each other? Like this is why should a relationship be built upon that? Like, I don't get it. Was it for comedic purposes, or was it for something else? Like, it should not even be for comedic purposes. So, yeah, I have that kind of issue with the Bridgerton books. But the series, I kind of like because it puts an interesting spin on the Regency era as well as the relationships. Like the first season was not my cup of tea, but the second season, oh, a slow burn! I love slow burns. They're always so fun and nice. I'm always whenever there's like a love at first sight kind of romance. It's like, are we serious here? Rapunzel, you just met this man 3 to 2 days ago. Why are you in love with him? Like that's such a deep romance should not happen within 2 to 3 days. That's not how a relationship is built. It's built over time. It should be built from acquaintances to friends to then lovers. Not instantly just like jump into lovers. It doesn't feel right. So yeah, never expect me to write a story that does not like tell you be friends first and then be romantic partners. Otherwise, avoid that. I don't want to see any romance that has inappropriate ages and it says, hey, this is okay. Like, no, it's not okay. But yeah, I'm watching Bridgerton, Shadow and Bone. What else? Lacey's Story. That's a book I'm gonna be getting soon. Probably by the end of the month, and then after the end of the month, like book disposition is really confusing with when they finally send the book. But yeah, I'm gonna be getting the book of Lacey's Story. The Time Traveler's Wife is the next time I'm gonna get. Uh, and after that, I'm gonna be reading it. Hopefully, it's not as bad as Six of Crows. Like it's Stephen King, so it should be interesting and get me hooked on the first line. Hopefully, um, but yeah, I'm gonna be reading that, and then hopefully Time Traveler's Wife at some point. I hear this. I'm not sure. Like actually, I'm not kind of sure. What's my thought? Like, does it have dot 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 scenes? If you don't know that reference, watch Mamma Mia, and you'll know what it means when I say dot dot dot. So yeah, um, I'm gonna be. I think that's all I have to say. I can't think of anything else because otherwise I'm just gonna be repeating everything I said, which I probably already done. I'm not sure. I can't remember. Like when I'm in these kind of rants, I kind of just go spewing out words, just like spew, 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 and then it's like, did I mention this before, or did I just repeat myself? Eh, that's gotta be. So yeah, that's it for today for an update. Hopefully, this is gonna be the last time I'm gonna have a name change. Hopefully, cross our fingers and hope to fly. Stick a cupcake in my eye and all that. And I'll see you guys next time. Hopefully, it won't be like 2 to 3 weeks since I posted the last video. So until then, take care, stay safe. Make sure if you guys are, you know what to do. Just stay safe, take care of yourselves, and I'll see you guys next time. Uh,